In this video, I'm going to show you two different ways to connect an external microphone preamp into your audio mixer. You might want to do this for a bunch of different reasons. Maybe you need more clean gain for a microphone like the Shure SM7B. Maybe you just like the way that your preamp sounds, or maybe this is kind of a gateway thing in your entry level into building out more analog gear. Maybe you want to get into external compressors, external EQ units. There's all types of different external processing equipment. And maybe your preamp is just the first step of that. No matter what reason you have for connecting your preamp to your Yamaha MG10XU, we're going to give you a little bit of theory. We're going to show you everything that you need to know. Then we're going to give you a couple things to avoid because you can actually damage your equipment if you do this in the wrong way. Now, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see in this video, we do have links down in the description below. If you're just curious what gear we're using, we have a list of everything down below too. Not only do we list everything that we have in this video, but you can also find that price from a variety of online retailers to help you get the best price possible if you are looking at buying anything that you see in this video. Now, first of all, we do have a little bit of theory to go through, so let's quickly go through the differences between a balanced and an unbalanced audio signal. You do want to use a balanced audio cable to connect your microphone preamp to your Yamaha MG10XU. As you can see here, I have two different 1/4-inch jacks. One has 3 sections here. It has a tip, a ring, and a sleeve. That's a balanced 1/4-inch TRS jack. And beside it, we have a different 1/4-inch jack that's nearly identical, but it only has 2 sections. It has a tip and a sleeve. This is an unbalanced 1/4-inch TS jack. Both will work, but if you're using an unbalanced cable between your microphone preamp and your audio mixer here, you are more likely to get static, hissing, buzzing, noise, interference. Sometimes you can even pick up a radio station. When you're in an environment with a bunch of electronic equipment, like in an audio studio, it's always better to be using a balanced audio cable to connect both of these devices. The next thing we need to cover is the difference between a microphone level signal and a line level signal. This is really important when we make these connections. A microphone will generate a tiny microphone level signal. Microphone preamp will boost that up to a line level signal so you can EQ it, process it, compress it, and otherwise work with it throughout your production. The problem here is if you take a line level signal out of your microphone preamp and you put that into a microphone level input onto your audio mixer, you can do some damage. There's two different reasons that you don't want to do this. One, the extra voltage from a line level signal could damage your microphone level input. And the other reason is if you connect to an XLR jack on your audio mixer, and if you have 48 volts of phantom power turned on, you'd be sending voltage back to your microphone preamp, and you can actually damage it that way too. Let's take a quick look at an audio mixer here. You can see that we have these 1/4-inch balanced TRS inputs on there, and they say line level. So any one of these stereo pairs is expecting a line level input from a device like a computer, a keyboard, a phone, anything like that, a line level signal. On these combi jack inputs here, it says mic/line. This means that the XLR jack is expecting a microphone level signal, and the 1/4-inch jack that's inside of that is expecting a line level signal. So when we connect our microphone preamp to our Yamaha MG10XU, we want to be coming into a 1/4-inch jack on the audio mixer. Okay, so that's all the theory. Now we get to actually make the physical connections. I have the Shure SM7B here. I'm using this microphone because it can usually benefit from an external microphone preamp. It has this purple XLR cable that comes all the way down. That's what I'm holding in my hand. So I'm going to connect this to the microphone level input on the back of our microphone preamp. Next, we're going to connect our microphone preamp to our Yamaha MG10XU. For option 1, we're going to be coming out of the 1/4-inch line level input on the back of the microphone preamp. So in order to do that, I'm going to use a cable like this one. This is a balanced 1/4-inch TRS cable. Both jacks have 3 sections, the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. So this is fully balanced. I'm going to connect this to the back of our microphone preamp. And then as we mentioned before in this video, I have a bunch of different options on where to plug this in onto the Yamaha MG10XU. Generally, you don't want to plug a microphone into one of these stereo pairs. These are made for stereo sources like a left and right output from a piano or left and right output from a laptop or something like that. So we're going to use one of these mono inputs in the first 4 channels here. And we might as well use channel 1. So we're going to go to the 1/4 inch line level input on channel 1. Okay, next let's talk about setting up the preamp on the microphone preamp itself and how we set the levels across this whole system. Now, the Yamaha MG10XU is a little bit different. For some reason, the line level inputs are a bit hotter than usual compared to other audio mixers, just the way that they built the mixer and how they designed the offsets of the line level inputs. I find it easier to work backwards, but I'm going to show you what you run into if you do things the proper way first, and then I'll show you why I prefer to do it backwards when I'm working with the Yamaha MG10XU specifically. So usually with the Shure SM7B, I'll take my preamp here, I'll crank it all the way up to 65 dB. Then you can see on the output level there that you're getting 0 dB, which is exactly what you want. That being said, when you look at the Yamaha MG10XU here, you can see that the peak light is going off. So if I turn this level up, here, you can hear that it is peaking, clipping, and distorting. We're not getting a peak on the output level, but it's peaking the input of this channel itself. You should be able to get all the way up to that triangle, 0, or unity position without hearing peaking, clipping, or distorting. So what I like to do is turn the gain all the way down on the microphone preamp, and then make sure that your output is at the 0, triangle, or unity position. Same for the level knob on your channel strip. Keep the gain all the way down. The whole point here is that we want to use the external preamp instead of the preamp on the audio mixer. I keep my output up on the preamp itself to 100%, and then I set my gain. With this microphone, with this setup, it means that I set my gain to about 45% or so. Now you can see here that we are peaking at 0 dB, so we're getting the level that we want on the Yamaha MG10XU, but you can see that this peak light is not going off. That means that we're getting a clean input signal, or not peaking or distorting. Now there are a whole bunch of other workarounds too. I find it easier and faster just to work backwards in terms of getting a clean signal. But if for whatever reason you do want to drive the preamp that's inside your microphone preamp, you can crank it up, but then just compensate by turning down the output knob to make sure that you're not peaking your Yamaha MG10XU on the input side. This can be a little bit confusing, which is why I just suggest working backwards. Set it to 0, set it to the triangle, and then turn up the gain on your microphone preamp until you get the level that you want. That's the easiest way to get a clean recording. Now, I did mention that there are 2 methods of connecting your microphone preamp into your audio mixer. This method works really well if you have a 1/4 inch output on the back of your microphone preamp. Now, the next method that we're going to show you is what to do if you have an XLR output on the back of your microphone preamp. Now, the reason that this is worth discussing is because you can't just use a straight XLR cable for all the reasons that we discussed before. You could damage your microphone level input on your audio mixer, or there's a chance that you could send phantom power back into your microphone preamp and damage it that way. So what we need to do is we need to use a different cable that goes XLR to 1/4 inch. So I disconnected the previous setup that we have, and this is the cable that we need to use. It has a female XLR jack, and it goes to a 1/4 inch TRS cable. This is a fully balanced cable. You don't need a converter. You can do this within the cable itself because both ends are balanced. So let's connect the female XLR jack to the back of our microphone preamp. Next, let's connect the 1/4 inch TRS jack back into channel 1 right where we were before. Now you can hear the Shure SM7B again, and it should sound exactly like it did before when we had the previous connection. Now, one question a lot of people have is there a quality difference between the XLR output or the 1/4 inch output on the back of your microphone preamp? There's no quality difference. The reason I present you 2 options is simply because some microphone preamps only have XLR outputs, and some microphone preamps only have 1/4 inch outputs. Either way, what you're trying to do is you're trying to convert whatever's on the back of your microphone preamp into a 1/4 inch TRS jack to go into your Yamaha MG10XU audio mixer. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions on the setup, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Again, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see in this video, we have links down in the description below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like or subscribe. Thank you.